Alrighty. Good afternoon for me. It is the afternoon here where I am in the middle of the United States, and lots of fun things coming and going, and wrapping up work things and stuff like that. So sorry for coming on a little bit late here. Oh, let me move the chat out here so I can see that in case anybody jumps on. Oh, 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 oh. Here we go. Okay. Nope. It's leaving me. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I just pretend like I know what I'm doing. All right. So I don't expect to have a whole lot of people jumping on this afternoon. Just mostly I'm doing this as a live stream because I'm lazy and I won't have time to really record this. And in case anybody was on and wanted to offer some immediate feedback, I thought I would do this live for that purpose as well. So, excuse me. Mel, good to see you. Seems like you're always sitting there waiting for me when I go live. Do you do anything else? No, I'm just kidding. So, anyway, hopefully the post that I put up didn't sound very dramatic. This is not really a dramatic situation, so hopefully that didn't sound over the top or crazy. But I did want to take a few minutes as I was thinking about some things with the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel to get some feedback on what we are doing, what we could do, what we could do better, things that you guys like, things you don't like. And I'll kind of get into that here as I go, because I've got some notes I want to walk through. So I don't know how much. Uh-oh, that's weird. I wonder if my excellent. You're gonna put me on stream as long as you don't put me on mute. That's the important thing, Mel. Um, yeah, it's telling me that my I'm not streaming very much. So hopefully this is coming through for you guys. It's probably the middle of the day. Google doesn't want to work with me here, which is kind of funny because I've got Google Fiber and I'm going on YouTube, which is Google. So you'd think that it would all work together. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So what are we building? That's a question that I've asked myself many times as I started this. I started this, I think September of last year is when I maybe did my first live stream. It might have been late August, but that was really before I even had any visitors, any followers, any subscribers at that time. And so it's coming through. Yeah, that's annoying. Let's see. That's really frustrating. Hang on one second. Well, I'm on my best Wi-Fi, so I don't know if that's the problem. It's probably an issue with my wonderful Google ISP. So we'll just have to deal with it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. If this doesn't work out very well, I'll record something later. But we'll try it because I'm already here. All right. So what are we building? I've asked that question a lot of myself, and I know kind of what I want to build with the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel. And that's, you hear on the videos, I used that catchphrase that I coined that was, helping junior devs bridge the gap from learning to code to launching a successful career. And that really is my goal, and that is going to continue to be my goal. I think that's exactly the niche that I want to be in. I think there's a good need for that in the junior dev community. But the question that I'm asking myself today is, what does bridging the gap look like? When we say that we're bridging the gap from learning to code to launching a successful career, I have to do the hand motions, by the way, because that's the only way. It's the only way I know how to say that phrase. But so what does that actually look like to bridge the gap from learning to code to launching a successful career? And honestly, that's going to look different for everybody, right? That's going to look different from one junior dev to another junior dev. So to say that I could do that perfectly or work for, thousands and thousands of people would be a little ludicrous. But I'm always kind of evaluating this process. What does it look like to bridge that gap? What do I need to do to actually accomplish what my stated goal is? Because that's obviously what I'm telling you guys every time I put a video out, and introducing myself. Every time we're doing a live stream, talk about this reality. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. And of course, my original idea, my thinking behind this was to do live streams like this, although planned out in the future, to do these live streams and to in the live stream then provide some sort of advice or mentoring for junior developers. So that was kind of the niche that I was hoping to get into, was kind of the advice niche, if that makes sense. Just trying to help you guys think through things that maybe you haven't thought about, trying to help you navigate, hey, I've been learning a lot of stuff. How do I really take this to the next level? And so that's kind of always been my focus. More of an advisor role, more of a mentor type role, and less of like a tutorial site. That's never been my goal or my desire, is to not do tutorials or training courses or things like that. But as I got onto the Discord channel today, I saw somebody posting in the Discord channel about some of the struggles that they were having with what we've been talking about most recently in the DeepPockets project, and that is the database issue, right? And so understanding how databases work, understanding how to think about databases, how to put those schemas together in the application that we were using, and so what I saw was actually very encouraging, because this person just kind of, took it and ran with it and tried to figure out a way to learn it. And I think they did a really good job. And, but what it did is it kind of opened my eyes to the reality that there might be some other gaps that need to be filled in this process of going from learning to code to launching a successful career. That gap bridging process might include more things than perhaps I would have originally thought. And and I just know that there's a lot of different needs from different people. And what's interesting is, when I've polled everybody on the live streams, it seems like most people who are watching the live streams are self-taught. They're not going to a boot camp. They're not going to some other training center or university courses. Now, there are a few that are, but the vast majority seem to be self-taught, seem to be trying to learn things on their own. And so I'm torn because while I don't want to become a tutorial factory, I can't help but wonder if maybe there's opportunities for certain types of tutorials. And so I'm not sure what to do. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. I see some different needs, but I'm not really sure what to do. And there's a couple reasons why I'm struggling with this. One is that I think adding certain things like tutorials and courses and things like that are not really what my original intention was. So I have a tendency to back away from that, just because it wasn't part of my original goal. But there is the reality as well that I do have limited time and availability. I am a full-time, I have a full-time job. I'm a lead developer, so I'm running multiple projects, and keeping track of those throughout the day, and even writing code as well here and there. And so there's a lot of different things going on that take up my time. So my time is limited when it comes to the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel, at least at the moment. And so I want to be able to use that time as well as I possibly can. The problem is that doesn't mean that I know what is best for you. I don't know what is best for everybody that views my channel. And really, you can't really you can't do everything for everybody, right? That's just impossible. And I get that. But what I want to do is do the best that I can to actually bridge the gap for most people. Because I think there are a lot of things that junior devs need, and that's kind of the direction that I was going originally. But as we're developing this project, as we're talking about new things, there's many of you that have never messed with a database, for example. You don't have any idea really what we're even talking about with a database, and so it's all completely new. And here I have thrown a bunch of information at you in one live stream, and it's just like this totally new world for some of you guys. And I understand that, and I get that. And while part of me's like, well, just go learn it. That's not necessarily fair or helpful to everybody who's a part of this community. And again, that's really what I want to do. I want to build a community that is there to help you grow as a junior developer, and one that you want to stay in and help other junior developers grow. Really, that's the goal, is reproduction, right? I want you guys to be helped, and I want you to kind of turn around and be a part of this community long term, and help other people on their journey. So you can't be a mentor for everyone, but you can make a community. Yeah, exactly, Mel. See, you just telling me what I'm supposed to say. But yeah, exactly. That's my goal. I want to create a community. And so my fear is that what I put out from a video standpoint, from a live stream standpoint, is that it may or may not be fulfilling those specific needs or requests. Because there's lots of things that you need to learn as a junior developer. And just giving some general advice about different things isn't necessarily the thing that's going to help you the most in actually moving your career forward. A lot of it probably is going to be actually learning things. And that's where I'm a little nervous, to be perfectly honest with you. Again, I've kind of avoided that because there's lots of other places out there where you can get good training, probably much better than I can give you on different topics. And honestly, I mean, just there's a reality of imposter syndrome. I started this YouTube channel, and I'm doing things that I felt comfortable with, and maybe adding some new things might give me a little bit of imposter syndrome, because I watch other YouTubers who teach me things all the time. And so to assume that then I can go and do that for other people, there's probably a little bit of imposter syndrome there as well. So here's the whole point to everything, everything that I've said for the last, 15 minutes or so. Here's the point. This channel is for you. Now, obviously I run it. Obviously I'm trying to create something here, and I want you guys to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, this channel is only going to be successful if it meets the needs that you need and that I'm trying to fulfill. And so when I'm thinking about what are the next steps in the evolution of the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel, I need to know what is really going to help you guys. Because again, this is for you. That's what this channel is designed for. It's designed to help you take those next steps that you need to take. Now, sometimes you don't know what those next steps are. And that's where, the advice portion of that comes into play. But there might be things along the way as we go through that process that we realize, hey, we need to spend some time and talk about these things. And I think doing the project, the DeepPockets project, has really started to open up some of those realities for us as we start talking about these different things. Like, we haven't really done anything with code. Closest we've gotten is database design. And a lot of you might be struggling with that. And that's, first of all, okay. If you feel like you're struggling with the database design, you are not alone. You are not abnormal. All right. It took me a good while to really get my head around databases, how they work. I started off with MySQL and relational databases, just understanding, how that all fit together. If you've used Excel, that helps a little bit, but it's not a perfect one-to-one equivalency there. So if you're struggling with that, please let me know. If they're struggling with anything that we discuss, or if you want more information about something, or if you have ideas for or questions that you would like answered, please send them to me. Leave them as comments on the video, things like that. But more specifically for the purposes of this live stream, and if you are watching this later, I'm going to ask several questions here. So if you're watching this live, which I think there's only like 1 or 2 people on here live, which is perfectly fine. If you're watching this live, don't answer these questions in the chat. Answer them as comments on the video, because I want to make sure that people are able to add comments to your comments, to be able to give thumbs up to your comments if they agree with them. But I've got several questions that I want to ask you guys to help me help you, right? So help me build a community that's going to be more beneficial for you as a junior developer. Now, you may not know the answers to these questions right now, and that's fine. If you do, great. Share your feedback with me in the comment section. If you don't know, but maybe you find out later, come back and leave comments on here, just so I can kind of get those updates as we go. So I've got a few questions that I want to ask, and again, don't answer them in the chat. Answer them in the comment section, so that way other people can interact with them. Because once the chat is done, I don't think you can do anything with that. So I want to make sure that we keep this as available as possible for people on down the road. As a self-taught dad, I found the hardest thing is knowing where it is safe to ask a question and make mistakes. It's hard to stay motivated when you're worried about failing. I totally get that. I guess my question for you, Mel, is, you're not working in a job as a dev, right? I forget. I can't remember if you have a job as a let me know if you have a job as a dev. But I would say anytime that you're learning is a time to make mistakes. Unless it's a costly mistake of like losing lots of money on AWS or something like that. But anytime you're learning, I mean, you should try new things, and you should break stuff that you created. So I would say it's always safe, and especially here in the Dev Mentor Dave Discord channel, you can ask any question in there. We'll answer it. There is no dumb question. It literally is the question that you don't ask, because if you spend your time spinning your wheels trying to figure out something, and somebody else could have helped you, at least guided you. Maybe we're not going to give you the exact answer, but maybe we can guide you to help you learn for yourself. Stack Overflow can be a bit abrupt to ask. Yeah. That can be hard. That's why I want to build this community. I can't be on it 24/7, but as much as I can be, and as much as I know the answer, I want to be able to answer those questions for you, or have other people in the community answer those questions. That's my goal. My goal is to build a community where junior devs feel safe asking questions, and they're not going to be ridiculed for it. They'll be helped, because at the end of the day, that's the whole point. You're not going to be able to make that transition or to grow in the areas you need to grow if you're feeling intimidated by the people who are answering the questions. So hopefully I don't intimidate anybody. I don't think that I do, um, physically or mentally. So I don't think that's a problem. But hopefully, hopefully you guys are finding it helpful when you do ask questions, and they get answered. And from what I've seen so far in the community, um, people have responded very well to one another, and I appreciate that. That's the way that I want it to be, and so hopefully that's the way it will continue moving forward. So all right, so let me ask the questions that I want to ask. I'll kind of give you the questions, and then there's 3 that I wrote down. I might include more as I talk, but here's question number 1. So question number 1, and again, keep this in mind. This is because this channel is for you. I want to find the best content that's going to help you. I don't want to just be entertaining. I don't know that I'm really that entertaining in the first place, but I don't want to just be entertaining. If I am entertaining at all, I want to be helpful. I want to be a place where you are growing, and where you are excelling in your learning. That may not mean that you're going to get a job right away because you joined the Dev Mentor Dave community, but hopefully you feel like you're being helped, and that you are being helped, and your skills are being improved in multiple areas. And so these questions are to help me help you. Obviously, I would love to see the channel grow a lot, but at the end of the day, if all we have are the people that we have for the next 3 years, that's fine, because if I can help 10, 20, 30 people get better and eventually get jobs in this industry and become senior developers, that's exactly what I'm here for. So that's the whole point. But I want to make sure that I'm doing things and giving you things that are actually helping you. All right, so question number 1. What is it when you come to the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel, and we'll include the Discord, server as well. But when you come to Dev Mentor Dave, what is it that you hope to get from this channel? Obviously, I've given a statement of what I hope to give, right? The ability to help you bridge that gap from wherever you're at in your code learning process to being a self-sufficient developer, somebody who can take a task and go with it, and who can excel at it, and who can really get things done. That's the goal. That's the whole point of doing the project, was to give you guys an opportunity to jump into that role per se, and kind of see what that looks like and participate in that. That was kind of the whole impetus of starting that thing. So what do you, when you come to the channel, when you're watching videos, when you're coming to the live streams, what are you specifically looking for from me? And maybe there's a couple different ways. Maybe you're looking for certain things from me. Maybe you're looking for certain things from the community as a whole. All of those things are part of that question. What is it that you're hoping to get from this channel? There's that varies from one channel to another. There's some channels that I am subscribed to because I want to learn new things, and so I go to that channel to learn new things. There's some channels that I go to simply for entertainment, because the people there aren't really teaching you anything. They're just entertaining you, and that's okay. But what are you hoping for? What is it that you envision when you come to the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel and in the Discord server? What is it that you're hoping to get out of that? And if you can kind of explain that, I'd love to hear thoughts on that. All right, so that's question 1. Question number 2 is, what if you were designing either a series of videos, or if you were designing the topics covered, what would you want the focus to be on? And these are all kind of connected questions, but they're a little bit different. So one is, what are you hoping to get out of the channel? The next one is, what focus would you like as a junior developer? Are you looking more for somebody to give advice, mentoring advice? Are you looking for somebody to do tutorials? Are you looking for entertainment? I don't know. It depends on what you're looking for. That's the question, right? So what are you hoping to get from the channel? And what do you think, in based on your understanding of your skills and your knowledge, what do you think the focus of the information, the focus of the instruction, the focus of the discussions, what should that focus be that you think is going to help you? Now, again, I totally get, if you're a junior developer, especially if you're self-taught, you're probably don't know always what you think the focus should be. And some of that's on me to help you learn that along the way. And I totally get that. And I'm on board with that. So definitely want to, I definitely want you to think through what you hope to get, and then also what the focus should be then for you. Hey Eddie, good to see you. By the way, if Eddie, would you probably missed earlier, but if you would answer the questions in the comments, either after the live stream or during the live stream. I don't know if you can comment during the live stream or not, but that way other people can interact with them later, like them and things like that, if they agree. So it's not just in the chat, because I don't think you can interact with the chat. So, yeah, so I hope to get competent enough to work in the real world. Yeah, I think that's a great example, right? So my goal of coming here is to gain competency, to be able to actually interact with other developers in the real world at a job, right? So things like that. That's a great example. So number 3, what do you find has been the most helpful so far? Again, we've only really been doing videos for 4 or 5 months, maybe 6 months. Wow, has it been 6 months? I don't know. But we've only been doing videos for, a few months. We've done live streams, obviously. Out of the things that you have consumed from the channel, what things do you find the most helpful? And maybe what things do you not find helpful? What things are just kind of meh, you could take it or leave it, right? So what are you hoping to get? What would you like me to focus on? Topics or types of videos, or whatever that looks like. And then what have you found to be most helpful and least helpful so far? And we'll probably do this again at some point in the future, and maybe we'll do this on a normally scheduled live stream. But I want to just kind of keep my finger on the pulse of where everybody's at, who, especially those who are regular watchers and subscribers of the channel. I just want to kind of make sure that we're constantly keeping a pulse on where everybody's at in this process of what they're expecting, what they're hoping to see, what is really helping them, and what they think would really help them. And so that's really the goal. The goal is to have a channel that is not just entertaining, not just, out there to build up, X number of thousands of followers and all this stuff, subscribers and all this stuff. That stuff is great if it happens. But at the end of the day, the goal of the channel is to help you bridge that gap. And that bridging is going to look different from one person to the next. And I get that. But I think there's probably a lot of overlap. And I want to find as much of that overlap as I can help with as possible. And so if you would take some time, it doesn't have to even be right now. You can come back to this video and leave some comments later after you've had some time to think about it. But what do you hope to get from this channel? What would you like to see me focus on more? What have you found has been helpful? Whether it's live streams or videos or certain topics or things like that. And what maybe are some things that you think you're like, you know what, I would be perfectly fine if you never did that again, or never said that again. All right. Maybe it's my catchphrase you don't like, I don't know. But whatever it is, I just want to get some feedback from you guys, around those things to help shape the content, because at the end of the day, again, I have limited time, you have limited time. And so I want to make sure that the time that we do spend creating content, or the time that we spend together on these live streams, that it's useful and that it's helpful for you. Not just now, but in the long term, and that it helps us actually build that community that we're trying to build. Because again, at the end of the day, that's really the point. The point is building a community where you guys learn and grow and even stay and help. Mel, please don't say you'll microwave coffee. Never again. All right, I will try. I will try. I don't usually. I'll be honest with you. I don't usually microwave coffee most of the time. In fact, that's probably the first time that I had microwaved coffee in maybe a year. So it's not a regular occurrence for me. So I can probably promise I won't say that I'll microwave coffee again. So that, yay, that's a win for me. That's awesome. So anyway, that's really all I had for you this afternoon. Again, most of this was just, I wanted to jump on live to say hi to people, and also to avoid editing a video because I'm lazy. And it's more fun to interact with people if they can jump on here too. So anyway, that's all that this was about. Again, nothing drastic is changing on the Dev Mentor Dave YouTube channel, at least not yet, until I get some feedback from you guys and get some interaction, and find out all the things that you hate that I've been doing that I really like, or or just to help me help you better. Because at the end of the day, that's what will make this successful is if I'm actually giving content that helps you, and that's what I want. I want you guys to be helped. I want you guys to then help others and be a part of this community long term, because I really feel like we can build something unique and build something special that really isn't necessarily out there right now. And so that's my goal. My goal is to build something unique and new and special and helpful. And I want you guys to be a part of that. And I want you guys to help me know how to do that, how to help you guys as much as better. So anyway, that's all I had. Thanks guys for jumping on with me and for giving me some things to laugh about, and just for your encouragement. Thank you for always watching the videos. As always, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I think you guys have been subscribed from like way early on. But hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And I know I say this a lot of times, especially in the live streams, but if you know other junior developers, convince them to join our community. Tell them about what we're doing, and show them how cool it can be. Because we're on a journey. You guys are on a journey to become developers, and we're on a journey together to develop a community that's going to help junior developers now and in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I've got a few things to take care of this evening. So thank you guys again for jumping in here and saying hi and making me laugh. And hopefully we get some good feedback from this. If you're watching this later, please leave comments. Leave multiple comments if you need to. Break them up to answer the questions. Look at what other people have commented, and give a thumbs up if you agree with it. Let's get some interaction specifically on this video, just so I can get some good feedback and see how we can work to build something really cool together outside of the DeepPockets program application. So, but build a community together to help junior devs, because I think there's a lot of junior devs out there that need what we're trying to build, and we just need to get to them, and we need to show them that maybe there's a better way, and there's more help, and there's people that want to help them along the way. So anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to stop and sign off, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Man, 2 days from now. All right, we'll see you Saturday. Maybe, if I can find the right button. Here we go.